Hey everybody, this is Joey with Green Horizon. Today is December 4th of 2025. I want to go ahead and review today's ORB live scanner that went off. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do it earlier like I wanted to, so it is on market closed. But looking at the scanner here, you can see we got a pretty good handful of tickers that did come in. And looking at the percentage to the orb high, which is, how high does the price go from the entry level of the orb? And if you're unfamiliar with open range breakout trading style, please feel free to visit my website, greenhorizontrade.com. I have a ton of information on this along with trading guides. But essentially, it's a range that breaks out in the morning itself. And once it hits that level, the odds of you actually having a successful trade is increased. So, but looking at the program itself, you can see a lot of them actually. If you stuck out for the whole end, you would have made money. Uh, Obviously, I like to go through this and look at what's going on with the ticker. I have this set to currently 5 minutes right now, and you can kind of see the trend for the day itself based off the last little bit. But when we go ahead and we take a quick look at everything, let's do a deep dive. One of the trades that I took today was on PMI, which if we look at this on the PMI, the entry level itself was at 263. So if we jump over here on PMI within TradingView itself, I actually have this this indicator created here that kind of visually also shows me where my orb high and low is, and these other marks right here are just estimate locate or estimate resistance or not resistance take profit levels. And you can see right here it does actually break up. Now it does take a while for it to break up, which was actually around 12:30 when it actually finally hit that, and it took off. And what's actually nice about this one is, for me, this actually gave me two good things that I kind of look at. Because the other one, other than orbs, that I look at is the 9 EMA and a VWAP crossover. And you can see both of them kind of actually happen here. And it looks like under 10 minutes, you get the EMA crossover. You have a nice, good bull candle here that supports above it. And then it kind of just goes, beep, 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 and then it just takes off. But it never really goes back down to the VWAP. On this one, based off of my trading rules itself, unfortunately, I actually got out on this red candle here. Around $3 was my whole number that I like to put in. And, did I lose some money on the table? Yeah. But from there, that was a pretty good, looking at this, about a good 13% that I got just on this one trade. Hindsight's 2020. Yeah, I could have made a little bit more, but I'm just a little bit more cautious, especially with me trading, while I'm working and everything like that. So I kind of just like to use my stop losses and jump it up there. Typically, it's once it breaks over this line and everything's still trading smoothly, I'll just push up my stop loss and I'll get out. And actually, on one of the other indicators today, it was, I believe it was QCLS. So on QCLS was another trade that I did today. This one was a little bit tricky. I mean, I was just kind of watching it a little bit, but I actually did pretty good on it still. And so you can see it right here that it hit, it was up 71%. This was a little bit starting to get into the price range where I don't like to trade a whole lot, or at least really big amounts, just due to the dollar amount. I like to tend to stick to stocks anywhere between a dollar and $12. And this orb high was like already at 630 for this. So when we come here, here's, as I mentioned, here's my indicator that I have. If I go ahead and place that line right here at 630, it came in. Now, as soon as it broke this, I didn't take it right away just because I was a little bit worried about all this kind of choppiness here is what I like to call it. You can see it gets, buyers come in, they slam it down. And then they're sellers, so it's kind of it's wicky to me. So I was kind of waiting for that to kind of play out a little bit, and then finally, it's you got to go when you got to go. I mean, you got to go out sometime. And so I finally took it when it broke it over here, because I still wasn't satisfied over here, and I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, once it broke over here, it shot up, and then as soon as I saw this red candle, I immediately got out. I pushed I had my stop loss right here, and then I just sold that market. So, but this was another good trade, and actually I think I did really well on this one, because I sold somewhere around 15% on this. But if you look at it right here, it really didn't get too much higher than that. So, and that would have been a pretty good emotional roller coaster, especially when I'm trying to work on some other stuff at work and not being able to watch this. So I was pretty happy with it. Then another one that hit the actual board that did decent. I didn't take a trade on this, and that was PMCB. And you can see right here, this is a lower cap one with an orb high of $1.10, which is right there in my price range. So if we jump over that to Trading View itself, you can see right here, you really didn't get a good opportunity until about 10 o'clock Eastern time, where you get a lot of volatility. It just shoots up and then slams back down. And it goes up a little bit again. It did cross the VWAP and EMA indicator that I like to use right here. By the way, my VWAP is this white line. My EMA9 is actually this white blue line right here that you see, and then the blue one's the 21. Depending on how the stock's going, sometimes I'll let it hit the 9 EMA. Sometimes when it goes below the 9 EMA, like what you see right here, I'll typically get out of it, but sometimes I'll let it ride. I'll notice the stock itself will ride on the 21 day, and I'll just sometimes play that if the stock's doing well and we have good volume. Like this one today, the volume was actually 112 million on today's volume, with a daily average of 5 million. So it actually traded a lot. And that's probably one of the reasons why my indicator actually picked it up, was just due to the amount of volume that it was trading. Last one I kind of want to talk about, this one right here. Again, not another one I took. Typically I only look at 2 or 3, so I'm not focusing on a whole lot. And that's WRAP. It also hit. And this one, yet again, the volume itself really wasn't really high, but it had a nice good uptrend right here, and that's actually one of the reasons why I passed on this. Was if you look at the previous day, there's nothing there. It's just low, and so the average volume is only 1,100 when your daily average is 293. So from today, it really didn't go above that average, but you do have a nice climb here. So I guess there's something to be said about that if you're just kind of looking and you're wanting to, what I like to say, overtrade, or maybe you missed something else, or you're just wanting to get in it. This was an opportunity right here. So that's my review today of the stocks that I actually took using the live scanner, the live orb scanner. If you want to know more about this, feel free to go ahead and head over to my website. I have some pretty good educational information that's free that you can browse, and then I also have some premium content as well if you want to dive deep and really start growing it. So thank you guys for all your time, and you guys have a great night.